leader is not, to go to school for X number of years and get certain theological degrees and to learn what curriculums have to say. The only requirement for a congregational leader is to get out of his way. And to the best of my ability, I seek to do that week by week. It is a blessing to see Adonai build. Mom, would it be a blessing if somebody took your beautiful child and brought them downstairs so you can rejoice here? You're free to stay. She's free to cry, or he. So,
hallelujah.
Blessing to you, Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. But it is a blessing to get out of Adonai's way. And Lou coming up and doing a little bit of an announcement is just a teeny little example of just allowing Adonai to build this thing, to build this tent that we call Mishkahn David from Shabbat to Shabbat. As Rabbi, he gives me a vision of maybe what's going to happen here in the future. Just kind of like long-term vision. But it ain't my job to make it happen. It's my job to get out of his way. I always chuckle when I go onto Facebook and somebody from the congregation hasn't showed up here maybe in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever it is. And I'll tell you, churches, congregations, they put ministries all over these things. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I've been there. Okay, if somebody doesn't show up after 2 weeks, give them a call. And ministries get put together, little things going on in congregations to make sure these things happen, as part of a structure. But Adonai is not calling me to put this type of structure in place. But yet, when somebody doesn't come, maybe for a couple of weeks, I'm on Facebook, all of a sudden I see this king reaching out, miss you, love you, or that daughter of the king over there, shalom, precious one. Oh, may Adonai bless you. You're just a beautiful daughter or son of God, and I just want to tell you that I love you. So it happens organically. I don't need to put a structure in place. If I put a structure in place and say, okay, Lou, I see, based on how you're interacting on social media, that you have a passion in your heart to reach out to people. So therefore, I am going to create an outreach, catch up on people ministry here at Mishkahn David. And you are now required. If you notice somebody doesn't come here for 2 Shabbats, reach out to them. I tell you, if I put that structure in place, I would crush the Spirit of God in this vessel who seeks to do it freely, without structure, in this case. At Mishkahn David, we happen to have it's a well-oiled machine, greeting ministry at the door. If there is a newcomer that comes, we have a greeting ministry that will go to you, ask you your name, remember your name forever, and give you an announcement sheet. And I didn't have to do nothing to set that up. Because it's in the vessel's heart to do. So it's an exercise in letting the Lord build. And it's an exercise in all of us to let the builder build whatever he's building in you and around you. We see in this Torah portion a lot of building going on. There's a whole lot of building going on. We have the building of the tabernacle. Can you put that back up again with the olive towers? We have the building of the tabernacle, which was built by Bezalel, who was anointed with the Spirit of God in wisdom, understanding, knowledge, and craftsmanship?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one in Corinthians. When it lists the gifts of the Spirit. Because churches and congregations tend to say, these are the gifts of the Spirit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right then. And we look to have it, and I've seen churches say, well, we operate in all the gifts here. Oh yeah? What about craftsmanship?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see that in 1 Corinthians. Oh yeah, well, it's in the Torah. You can't put a cap on the gifts that Adonai is going to give.
Amen. True.
He is the giver.
Yes.
And all good gifts come from above. And he gives us gifts in his timing to use for his glory. There are gifts he gives when we're born, like we're just kind of born with a certain gift. Like some people just are like, they excel in music, or they excel in sports, or things like that. These are gifts from Adonai. They're like natural gifts that some of us have. We all have actually, but what we have is different from person to person. From furniture to table to utensil to lampstand to another utensil to incense to the altar to another utensil to the laver to the base to the garments to the holy garments to the garments to the anointing oil to the incense. But what is the thing that brings it all together? It's the Aleph Tav. It's the beginning and the end. It is Yeshua, the giver, the author, the finisher, who gives all the gifts. I guarantee that Bezalel, without the Lord anointing him with the spirit of craftsmanship, could not have built all these things. That would be like me trying to play football. I just don't have the gift. If I ever play a good game of football, it's a supernatural, it's not a natural gift. It would have to be a supernatural gift. So we see in this Torah portion a supernatural gift that the Lord gave to this one Bezalel to build the tabernacle, and the signature of the Messiah is all over the thing. We see another building in this Torah portion, the building of the golden calf. And it's kind of interesting. We've journeyed out of Egypt, and one thing that I really enjoyed since my stay here as rabbis after Sukkot, when we started with Genesis 1 together, I really enjoyed journeying with the stories in the Torah. I've been blessed by going through pre-Abraham into Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and then Joseph and then Moses and the Exodus, and now they're in the wilderness. Just the chronological story. I've been blessed blessed to journey with this. And we spoke a couple of weeks ago, right? We come out of Egypt and we have all this jewelry because when God delivers, He delivered the children, and it was so done, it was so full, the deliverance. Even the enemy's like, here, take my jewelry and get out of here. So they came out with all this stuff, all this jewelry that they brought from Egypt. And that's the material that went to build this, the tabernacle. And there's great revelation that how when the Lord builds, He builds from our past and things that even we just relate to as bad memories or slavery. He'll take those things and He'll build something beautiful even from that. But there's something else that was built from the same material, and that was the golden calf. Now our God is a merciful God. He's merciful. He is merciful. In His name, He's merciful to 1,000 generations. And I believe one time when it says that the Lord brings iniquity to 3 and 4 generations, but mercy to 1,000, I believe even in His bringing the iniquity to 3 or 4 generations, it's to give that generation a chance to beat this thing. So when it's done, it's done.